my people, ¿qué pasa, mi gente? Hoy en día TV, welcome. Otro episodio de Hoy en día TV. I am Yessie Rodriguez. I am excited to be here with you all. Another beautiful day, Thursday. We are up, we are alive. Praise be to God. We have another amazing episode. Shout out to all of our viewers, our sponsors, our guests, my co-host that I'll be bringing up shortly. Today we have another amazing segment, Ships to Sail, which is about partnership. And so I'm going to bring up Manny and Tim to the stage. Manny, welcome. Tim,
What's up,
welcome.
people?
What's
How's it
going on? How you
going?
doing?
Buenos días, bendiciones, mi gente. What's going
Yes,
on?
I
A
know we
lot
say
of
it every
stuff.
time, but I'm always excited to be here with you
Right,
all, with the
exactly.
viewers, with the audience,
Like
with
I
you,
said, this is the
too.
highlight of my week.
Yeah, it's one thing to be here, but it's another thing to be here with you.
Right.
Hello.
Oh,
Yes, you got it. So we have another amazing episode as per usual, and we have a returning guest. Manny, tell us more about who our guests are today.
so last time we had him on, one of the gentlemen were missing. He had a prior engagement, so he was
Mhm.
able to make it this time, but the other one was unable to make it. So life is definitely life's. So we have the third person and the first guy. So they are called the LaVilla Project. They are a local music artists here in Jacksonville, Florida, and like their music is hot. They're about to drop their album here soon, so we decided we wanted to do a part two.
That is awesome. Yes, I'm excited to have them back on. I mean, hey, returning guests are always awesome, because they have different things that happened in their life since the last time we spoke with them. And that's just in
Yeah.
general for any returning guests that we've had on Oyendia TV. So first, before we get into the interview and bringing them on the stage, tell us, Manny, what have you been up to? I see you have the June 180 Life magazine, right?
Yes, I have the June cover of 180 Life magazine for author of the year, author
I
of the
saw
year
that, man. That was sharp.
2024.
Super sharp,
Thank
brother.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it's just been going, it's been crazy since then, man. Like I've been doing so much modeling photo shoots. I'm about to be in a movie. I'm about to be cast in a series. Well, I'm going to audition for it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the role. So,
You're gonna get it.
yeah, it's a series here. So I don't know much about it because I just found out about it today, but it's just open doors opening, man. Like it's crazy. I love it here in Florida.
That is
Man,
awesome.
get busy. That's great, man. And you know what?
Yeah, man.
I'm I'm so proud and it's encouraging to see how you are embracing, everything that's coming your way. I
Right.
don't hear any complaints. I don't hear any kind of negativity, but bring it because in this deal called life, there's hills and valleys, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Right, absolutely.
And there's a word for it. They teach in business school the bell curve, right?
Right.
The bell
Yep.
curve.
Mhm.
You better ride the bell curve hard when it's rolling, because it will. It will. It's
Right.
just. And
Yeah.
so,
It's ups and downs, but
yeah,
like you have to stay consistent. Like once I started, I they were telling me that I couldn't just sit around and wait for things to happen. Like I had
yeah,
to be in places and I had to show my face and I had to appear and just try to, be in everything that I could be in. And not everything, but, as long as I screen a lot of stuff, because you don't know who's scamming you or,
right.
whatever. But so far, been doing good, I mean,
Here's
author of
here-
the year for
here-
2024, you
here's what
know?
here's what I can promise you, my friend. When we do the right thing for the right reasons, we can expect the right result.
Right,
Period.
exactly, exactly,
That doesn't mean we won't get challenged, right?
right,
Right.
But
exactly.
we
There's
can
always
expect
challenge.
the right outcome. Period.
Right,
Well, that's
right.
you, let me ask you a question. Do you know anybody can plant an apple seed and get an orange tree?
No, not at all.
No.
I don't
So
think that's scientifically
Unless it's genetically
scientifically possible.
modified or something.
Right,
right, but naturally, no, right?
Yeah, right.
right.
So words and deeds are just like seed. They
Mm-hmm.
always produce after their own kind.
Right,
That changed my life. That statement. they gave me a new operating system. I couldn't tell myself, you know what, it's okay, sell a little dope, just don't get caught. That's wrong.
Right.
Couldn't do that. So when I
Right.
got this new operating system, so I say that to encourage you, what you're doing, it's not just for you, you as well. Yes, I see you doing a lot of stuff as well. I'm working with different groups of people and offering them the opportunity to learn from you and your hard-won experience, right?
Mhm.
And there's just no greater degree of life living than to be of service to other people.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Well, whether it doesn't matter how much money we have. You
Right.
remember, I think we talked about, and I'll shut up. Yes, this is like
Gee, look at her face. She's like, look, man, you're not gonna
I'm
take the
listening. I'm just taking it all in.
remember we talked about the definition of success. Do you remember that? And what does success mean? People have different definitions of success, but here's
Right.
what success really means. And I'll give you an example. Success is tied to purpose.
right.
A trumpet hanging on a wall may be beautiful. It may look elegant. It's a failure because a trumpet was created to blow notes. So my point is, whenever we are walking in our purpose,
Right.
Mhm.
I was gonna
that
say
is
it.
the only way we can reach a level of success for our life.
Right.
Right.
Purpose dictates to success, not
Absolutely.
money, not mate, none of those material things.
Right.
Are we fulfilling the purpose for which we were created for? That equals success.
Right. I agree.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Tim, because a lot of people, well, most people, other than a few, you all, and then Raw, that I've encountered that have that same mindset that we do, but a lot of people don't realize that. It's really interesting because they feel like life is just, we're here. And a lot of them are like, okay, what are we supposed to do with life? But they don't realize, like you just said, we have a purpose. A lot of them, like we've talked about in past episodes, they don't know what their purpose is or haven't found their purpose.
Right.
Right, right. And that's why, that's the starting point. When
Right.
there's a lot of symptoms in our society that people try to treat, right? But the root cause to those symptoms is a lack of discovering their purpose.
Hmm.
When you discover, like Manny, you can't stop that brother. You can't stop him. The only person that can stop Manny now is Manny. That's it.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I
Yep.
agree. And I'm definitely not gonna stop. Like I'm tired of my day job. So I'm telling you, like tired of working for somebody else. Like it's just I hate working for other people.
Yeah, yeah, and I have a saying for everything, right? So what you're transitioning from is employment to deployment.
Right.
That's
There
another
you go.
level.
There you
See,
go.
see. Now you get ready to release the gift that was trapped inside of you, right? To
Right.
Mhm.
serve other people. That gift, the inherent capacity to fill a function that meets a need in creation. Bring it on, brother. I need my stuff.
Yeah, he actually gave me a choice, and I picked June because it's my birthday month. So
Yeah, yeah.
that was my gift to
Good
myself,
deal.
I guess. Yeah,
That's right. Your birthday's coming up real soon.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
soon.
Yes. Tim, what do you have going on? Because I know you're planning something really, really
Well,
nice coming down the pipeline.
Well, I'm still working on this course. I've got a training session that's coming up for
Mhm.
some it's a fatherhood uh, workshop for ex-offenders. You know, can you imagine having the weight of coming back into society, re-entry into society with that kind of stigma, and
Hmm.
now you're a father too, right?
Right.
Right.
And so how do we regain that kind of respect, right? Um, that we deserve as any human wants to be respected. It doesn't matter about what we've done, right? As we make this reentry, what keeps us motivated and encouraged, and not lose focus on discovering our purpose, fulfilling our purpose, regardless of what has happened in the past. even from a biblical standpoint, what did Moses do? He was a murderer, right? Right?
Mhm.
But he led the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? And I use that analogy to show that yes, our past can have spots and blemishes on it, but
Right.
it does not have to dictate our future. So I'm looking forward to going out and sharing some stuff that I've learned over the years and encouraging those folks. I'm looking to have my course completed by the end of July.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
So my second book and my course. So it's a book and a companion course, and so we're looking to get all of that, the book published, the cover created, the all of that stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So when we present it, it's a finished, polished product, right? And so, and then trying to stay up with y'all. Shoot, man. I
Look, man.
mean, I'm
What?
telling you, not in a competitive way. I'm saying
Right.
the communication. Things are happening with Oil India, right? I got it right. Oil India.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
See, and so much is happening, Manny, and yes, you guys are connecting with people. And we out to September now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have
Actually,
more guests that we still have to schedule. Like I just made a connection before we jumped on the call that we have
Yeah.
to get.
like
Mhm.
yeah. So like we might be in October now.
Yeah. So staying ready and mentally prepared. Some people who may not understand, when we go through the course of a day, it's not like we sit around and have, we haven't reached that level where everybody's doing everything for us and all we have to do is wait for the lights and the cameras and the action, right?
Right.
I've got to, man, today, I can't take, man, what a day today was. But when we get on this show, I have to be ready. I have to be prepared. This show is important to all of us
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
and our audience. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you make some valid points because hoy en día we aim to positively motivate, enlighten, educate, inspire, and entertain, of course, because we don't want you to be bored, right?
Right. That's right.
With each episode, we want to help foster that personal growth, that development, and also, like Tim was saying earlier, helping you find your purpose if you don't already know what your purpose is. That's what we're here, hoy en día TV. So for the guests that are watching or that come to us, the viewers watching, come on, we have a email address. You can reach out to us also. You can engage the audience. Yes.
Right.
So we implemented a business phone line that you can, if you have a question, hit us up.
Look
Call
at
us.
that. What? That's beautiful. Progress is a beautiful thing, baby.
Definitely interact with our guests.
I will say this though,
Question.
just as a disclaimer, y'all have to consent to have your voice, obviously,
Right. Yeah.
aired.
Well, I mean, if they call, that's their consent, pretty much. So
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
if you're gonna
point.
call, you're gonna be on air. So that's your
Absolutely.
kind of consent. But I mean, yeah, like interact with us, talk to the guests. Ask.
We
us
want to
questions.
know. We want to hear. Let us know. We want to hear. We want to hear other people's opinions.
Right.
It's not like we've arrived and we know everything. Man, we're still learning. We're brainstorming every day almost.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so today's segment, we're going to jump onto the segment Ships to Sail is about partnerships. Like we here came together as partners for hoy en día, right? But we also have, like Manny was mentioning earlier, LaVilla Project because they partner and collaborate on different music. So that is exciting. And so we're going to go ahead and bring them on. Without further ado, let's bring on the LaVilla Project. Woo woo!
Yay. What's happening?
Wow.
Welcome to the show.
Bienvenidos.
Welcome to the show.
How y'all doing?
We back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. What's up, Marcus? What's going on? We missed
What's
you.
going on, my geyser?
What's going on? How was y'all week? I know it had to be busy. Y'all got a lot going on.
Busy work, side job, hustling, trying to
Okay.
make a dollar, make a dream work.
Yeah.
Rocking that Manny.
Nice.
The
Nice.
bracelet, yeah. How's the book though? Like, y'all haven't said anything. What y'all think of the book? You
I'm
and your
still
girl.
reading it.
I need to get a copy, Manny.
He haven't got one yet.
I need to get a copy. So and I need to get you a shirt too.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Speaking of that,
Bad.
So new gear.
That's dope.
All right.
That is dope. I would definitely rock that shit. That is dope. I appreciate that.
That is
But
awesome.
so what's up with the album, man? Like, fill us in. I know you can't tell us too much, but like, tell us something. Like, how's it going? We kind of want to hear from Marcus because he wasn't here last time. So what's up, bro?
Yeah,
Okay.
Talk to us, man.
Wait. Before we jump on, we have new viewers. So can we introduce who you all are?
Oh yeah.
We have different viewers.
Yeah.
You want to be formal. They're gonna be like, who are these, right? So let's give them a little chance here to know who you are.
Who you is?
So we third out of the LaVilla Project with a musical act out of Jacksonville, Florida. Duval, if you don't know, or if you know about that. LaVilla is a historic neighborhood within Jacksonville that was once a part of the blues circuit, like the Harlem Renaissance and all these places that they talk about in history, but Jacksonville, LaVilla was on that same circuit. And the name is just basically showing homage to those artists that come from this area that was a part of that circuit.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So you're let everybody know who you are down.
I'm Tony Red.
I'm Marcus Matrix.
Marcus. Okay. So how did y'all meet? For the people that haven't heard it or new viewers or whatnot.
So same thing as last time with T. Givens. I met both of them the same way through Doja Toja podcast, which I used to be a co-host on.
Okay.
Shout out Doja Toja.
Shout out Doja Toja. But we met the exact same way. I told you I was like building the Avengers, and Marcus Matrix ended up just falling right into my hands. It's like I didn't have to look hard, But
it's kind of like how Spider-Man on the Avengers. He's like, can I be a part of this?
Yeah, I was just listening to right before I came home, Vows, because I got it on Apple Music. So I got it. I hate Spotify. Like I hate that shit, man. So I do Apple Music. It's $10 a month, but I mean, it was up there. Like I put my playlist on random, and it just popped up. I was like, okay.
It's amazing how when I call it divine intervention or divine direction. When like this show right here. I mean, I even get goosebumps sometimes when I think about it. I didn't know Yessie from, I didn't know her, right? And I think we kind of met at an event and, we connected behind the scenes and I wanted to learn a little bit more about what she does. And, we talked about what I do and she said, hey, I've got this show I'm thinking about doing. And I'm wondering if you want to be a part of it. And just like you guys, like, it's amazing how when the mind and the motive is right, what the outcome looks like.
And then when the energy is pure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the key ingredient, pure energy for real.
Yeah, I met Yessie the same way. Like I've never actually, personally met her. Like I networked with her through somebody. Brent Gaskins, right? Yes.
Do I know Brent?
Yeah. But we met through Fitz, though. We met through Fitz.
Oh, yeah. Fitz Hugh Fevers Huff is his name. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. Yeah, it's crazy. But, like, he's hot in North Carolina right now. So, but I met y'all the same way, LaVilla Project, like, the modeling thing. Like, that's how I met y'all through, what's her name?
KJ.
Yeah, KJ. Yeah, KJ. So networking is a hell of a thing.
Absolutely.
One of the things we
met through Lemoy Decina when we were planning the event.
Yeah, the event. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Were you? Oh, you were holding a workshop.
Yes, which I did. Yeah. That was in January. But I'm glad you brought that up because another one's going to be coming soon. Later on, we'll talk about that.
Gotcha.
But
yeah. I have a question for Marcus. So we kind of talked about this last time. So Marcus, like, how early in life did you know, man, this is what I was born to do?
Easy. It was early. Early. I used to sing in the gospel choir. Literally at 5 years old, used to lead the youth gospel choir.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was early. It
It
was
was
early.
early.
I was always writing music. I started developing. I didn't know how to count bars, but just like writing music, getting those tapes. Remember, you get the tape, the CD player, you rewinding them, and
Yeah.
you put the tape on it, and just cutting and
Right.
making my own little mixtapes and doing that with my cousin Lisa, because I used to be inspired by her too. She was a real good artist.
Okay.
Okay.
So we would just sit around and write raps and do our little thing, and since I was young, singing, rapping. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I really,
From Jacksonville then.
yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
So
cool,
Marcus,
man.
you
I've been here
started
4 years.
young at an early age. You said you started at 5. Was it something that because you saw somebody do it, you said you wanted to do it, or did somebody motivate you to say, "Hey, Marcus, here, you can sing, you can do this"? Like, what really inspired at 5 years old to say, "Hey, I want to sing, I want to do this"?
Yeah, I was always singing all the time. Always singing, humming, making up some type of beat or something like that. Just always doing it. And my mom was like, "I'm just gonna put you in the gospel choir, put you in the youth choir, and see what you do."
See,
Okay.
that's key. That's how it's discovered right there. And I don't think a lot of parents really understand. Well, we have a new generation, and
Yeah.
the philosophy is, hey, you discover it. You find out what you're supposed to be doing here. But when you get a parent, that's what Tiger Woods' dad did. He
Right.
said, hey, every time I take Tiger out, he's always hitting a ball with a stick. I turn on the TV, he's glued to golf. Took him to the golf course.
Right.
You know, and I think that, and this is part of what we do at this show is, I think the responsibility, part of the responsibility is on the parent to help that child discover what is your
Takes
gift.
early recognition.
Yeah, you have a gift, Marcus. I think I can sing. Some people don't think I can sing, but I think I can sing. But it ain't never made me no money.
That is so funny.
But you know what? I discovered I was 45 years old and I had gone through a lot and trauma, man, and I made it through and I was like, what am I gonna do now? And I told the story before and I had this revelation of I always like sharing information, right? And I said I'm gonna be a speaker. And at the same time I had an epiphany and I remember being back in first and second and third grade and I stayed in trouble all the time, being sent to the chalkboard to put my nose in a circle, my hands behind my back in front of the class.
That's
But
old.
guess what?
Oh gosh.
Talking in class. I had the gift when I got, just like a bird has a gift of flight, a fish has a gift of swim. You discovered it, man. So good, man. That's really encouraging to hear. Because somebody else out here listening may be kind of wondering, you know what? My dad is a doctor. My mom is an attorney.
Mhm.
I don't want to be none of that.
Right.
My gift is singing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay. Do that.
Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely. Marcus, at any point as you were growing and getting older, right? Because we're all aging gracefully. Did you ever did you ever come to a point where you may have gotten discouraged? And if you did, what helped you motivate you to get back on track to say, you know what? No, let me just brush it off real quick. Let me stay focused.
Yeah, I mean, I think as artists, you definitely you hit that wall where you feel like you're not doing enough, or you feel like you're not reaching enough people, and you definitely get discouraged. You feel like your voice isn't being heard, but if it's in you, you can try to put it down and step away from it, but you're always gonna have that itch inside of you to pick up that pen and write something and make something beautiful, because at the end of the day, it's a language for the universe. It ain't just for you to keep. So
Hello, preach.
God gave to me rather, it's a purpose. So I need to give that message to the world on how I see it. Like I'm just a news reporter reporting what I see and how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Absolutely, 100%.
Where do you get your inspiration from? Like,
Where do I get
when
my
you
inspiration?
write your music, where does it come? Do you just kind of like hear the beat and say this is what I'm gonna write, or do you first write it down and then match it with the beat?
I hear a beat in my head, and sometimes I can write to a beat, but majority of the time I'll just be sitting back and I hear a tune in my melody in my head, and I
Wow,
start writing to it. So
that's
You were gonna say
amazing.
something, Tony? What were you gonna say?
I forgot. All right.
Ah,
I watched some of y'all videos, man, and I'm gonna tell you something. You know, I'm impressed, man. I mean, you know, I'm just waiting for y'all to blow up and say, "Yo, I know them cats, man."
so, appreciate it.
Hey,
Thank you. We work hard. We really do.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
we have a message that we want to put out. You know, we don't want to promote any kind of violence in our movie, in our music. We don't try to promote selling drugs or anything like that. We just want to promote good, clean music that people can vibe to. You know, because everybody's not no dope boy. Everybody ain't no killer, no murderer, or none of that stuff like that. But guess what? Everybody can relate to knowing what love is. People
Right.
can relate to knowing what heartbreak is.
Come on
People
now,
can relate to knowing what day-to-day life situations of just getting up,
joy
going to work,
and
restful that
pain,
is.
and like sunshine and rain. I told y'all, hey, I warned you, right?
That is so funny. I love it. Yes, entertainment, absolutely. So with you all coming together, so it looks like Tony and Marcus, y'all met at a podcast. You said Tony, you were doing a podcast. Am I correct?
do a podcast, yes.
Awesome. So why did you want to invite Marcus? Why did you say, you know what, I want to invite that person on my podcast?
So what I was gonna say was when I met Marcus, he wasn't doing his own personal music. He
Ah,
was actually managing another artist.
okay.
okay.
But he let me hear some of the things that he had done himself. And I'm like, I don't understand how you gonna manage artists when you're an artist yourself.
Right.
Right.
He was like, for real, you think so? And it just went from there. So
Okay.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back for getting him back up in.
Definitely. I tell him that all the time. I give him his props because it was at that time where I was just focused on really like managing a certain artist, and I had been through the ups and downs with, you know, putting out my own music, reaching that discouraging point of life. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just chill with this, but I still love the music. So let me see how I can still figure out a way to be around it. I had an artist. She's really dope. We don't really, you know, I don't manage her anymore, but she's really dope. That I was working with. Her name Fatima Rose. Y'all check her out too. Anyway, I was managing her, and I was letting Tony hear some of her music, and he was like, "Yeah, she dope." And then I was letting him hear mine too, and he was like, "Bro, you dope too. You need to just stop playing with this, and you know." And I was like, "You think so?" And he was like, "Yeah, man." And I was just like, "Yeah, I don't know." You know, I had that, you know, that whole. I don't know if I want to really do it again because I basically, you know, I felt like I had my heart broke the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Really, but then I was just like kept watching them boys. They kept getting around them, being encouraged by what they do, moving,
Yeah.
watching them how they move, and you know, it's just like iron sharpening iron. You know, you surround yourself by people, like-minded people that's doing something.
Right.
It's gonna catch on, and now you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at environments matter. You know,
Right.
I always use
too. Yeah, him
I
too.
always use the analogy. You can take a mango seed that has a gift of a tree trapped inside of it and sit it on your kitchen counter, and it'll sit there for 30 years, and the gift will never come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the wrong environment. Take that same seed, drop it in some soil, give it some moisture and sunlight. Boom! Here comes a gift that was trapped inside the seed.
Right.
You just said it. You know what, man? People come up with so much deep stuff, right?
You can cuss, it's all good. It's all
And,
good. Go ahead.
and a lot of it is spooky. It makes no sense. What I just heard you say was very real, very authentic, very simple, very simple. And that's what we have to give our next generation. You know, give it to them where they can understand it, where it makes sense. You know, it's time out for some of this spooky pooky foolishness that, you know, people are trying to inject in people that they don't even damn it understand, right?
That
Come
part.
on now.
Definitely.
That part, yes. Marcus, earlier when you were sharing, uh, you know, your answer to the question we had for you, you mentioned you didn't want to be heartbroken again. What exactly did you mean by that?
Hmm.
Okay, so situation back in 2010, me, my good friend
Hey,
slash
Nita.
Brian Moon, and my homeboy Max Coke, we actually had a music deal with Convict Music back in 2010.
Mhm.
Actually flew out there and signed a writers and development deal with them. We were in the deal for about a good 6 months to when there are some lawsuits and some legal issues that started happening with Akon, which is the reason why he changed the name Convict Music to whatever it is now, Con something. He
Okay.
let he let a lot of artists go. You know, some of them you all know, some of them you don't know. I'm not gonna name drop, but
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's all good.
we were just in that artist development deal. So just imagine you working so hard to reach to this goal. You're finally there at the doorstep, and then you step your foot in the door like I'm here. I'm about to walk in, and boom, the door's kind of slammed on your toe. It
Right.
hurt. It hurt real bad. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you. Yep.
So I kind of, and then on top of that, like my producer Moon, he moved away. My good friend Clay Cassius Clay, who does a lot of production for like different artists, he moved away too. So just felt like my team was leaving me. We was here. Now it just seemed like everything that I really worked hard for isn't coming to fruition like I thought. During that time, my father passed away and all of that stuff like that. So I just kind of got real, depressed with the music. Not necessarily saying I let it go, but I just kind of
Mhm.
fell back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Fell back from it for a while because I just that's how I felt.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry to hear
amazing.
about your father. But last time when we had Tony and T, we asked this question: how do you deal with creative differences between the groups? Like, I know Tony is kind of the leader. Um, how do y'all deal with the stresses of having different creative minds? Um, and like one person wants to do it this way, you want to do it another way. How do y'all come to, a type of compromise?
Well, we'll try it out each person's way, and then we'll have kind of like a vote on which one's the best.
Okay.
When it comes to the music side,
Right.
we just talking about. Let's say we're talking about doing like a video or something like an idea video. Like we just kind of incorporate all the ideas together, and then if something don't sound right on one scene, we'll just be like, no, it's like a group thing. We come together and
Right. Right. I like that how y'all compromise, because there's a lot of groups out there that their whole vision is just to get famous, and then
Right.
once they get the money, it's like I don't like your creative insight anymore, so I don't want to be in a group with you, and then they
right.
just fall apart. Exactly.
I think
So
it's more on the part of we play our parts.
okay,
There you
okay,
go.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
like that too, Tony. And
Right,
how I equate that is everybody is a leader. See, we've been
right,
given some bad
Exactly.
information talking about this person, and I want to get into where that philosophy came from, but it's totally incorrect. Everybody is a leader in their area of functioning.
right,
Period.
right,
You take an automobile, has 45,000 parts on that car. Which one is the most important?
All of them.
all of them.
Every last one of them.
Yep.
Hmm.
Every last one of them. Because you take the battery out, it's not moving. You take the transmission out, it's not moving. You
The
take the
motor.
spark
It ain't
plugs
moving.
out,
Right,
it's not moving.
Yeah.
right,
The tires either.
Yeah.
right,
So every part is a leader in
Mhm.
this area of function, and that's what I heard you just say, Tony. That's good stuff.
right.
Yeah. Just like I was saying last time, T Givens is the steady voice between both of us.
Okay,
Givens can rap and sing. Big Marcus can rap and sing. I can rap and harmonize a little bit, but I'm mostly on the visual side, like
okay,
directing videos and putting together paperwork, stuff like that. But Big Marcus, he can do all genres.
Oh
okay,
wow.
okay.
That's amazing.
All genres. And he
Wow.
Wow.
can write all genres. So we all have specialties. You know,
Right.
so like
Right.
just bringing it all together. That's
Right.
that's
Right.
Because
That was my next question. Like,
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
no, you good. Go ahead.
On not really being business savvy when it comes to the music industry. That's why I trust him to be that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? I trust his vision for a video.
Mhm.
I'm cool on it because I know what my role and my purpose is. I write music. I'm good at writing music, and this is what I'm gonna bring to the table, and I'm not gonna miss. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna shoot just like this.
every time.
George.
I ain't gonna miss.
Swish.
I don't have to think about the business and let
Right.
that interrupt what I'm trying to do. I can feel free and my own little program in my own little world and just write music and be creative. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman didn't have to do nothing but get rebounds.
Yeah, I had.
Scottie Pippen said, "Don't bring that dude here." Michael said, "Phil, can you coach him?" Phil said, "Yeah, I can coach him. We need them rebounds. That's his only job." And guess what they did, man? They got 3 more rings.
We all got, like I say,
Right, two
had our
together.
motives.
Exactly. So
I
that
know
was-
what I bring to the table is I can gather people.
right. Right.
I can multitask.
Network. Right.
You know, I can delegate. I can bring stuff together. You know,
Right.
T is going to give me energy. Whatever he does, whether it's singing or rapping, I can feed off of him.
Right.
Yeah, there you
Either
go.
one of them. Either one of them. But bringing us all together, and it gives me something to work with.
Right. Exactly.
It's like if I had a Lego set.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
having fun.
We had a meeting, a production meeting earlier this week, and it was supposed to be for 30 minutes. I think at 45 minutes, we just had to say, "Look, y'all, we got to go."
Yeah, but too much fun. Too much
You
fun.
know, it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
like that, man. It's just it flows when that energy, as Marcus was saying, when that
Right.
energy connects, man, it just creates more energy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And also finding when there's a right opportunity, take it because you don't know when the opportunity is going to come back either.
Mhm.
Right.
And
So
not all the time am I a people person. I
right.
can always depend on him to be
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
He's him and T give us to a certain extent. He need a drink first. This guy right here, he's gonna be able to be sociable when I'm not in the sociable mood.
Right.
So-
That's some honesty right
it
there.
works.
That's beautiful.
It works.
So
So
whose
that-
idea? That was my next question. Whose idea was the video vows? Like that, it was dope. I loved it. Like what inspired that?
That was all of us.
Okay.
Well, T took care of the location. I took care of the cameraman and getting people to come.
Right.
Big Marcus got swagged out because he actually had a video that same day with me and him co-directed together. So we just made it work. Sometimes it just be about the funds. If we got the funds, we got the idea.
Yeah.
Right.
We got plenty of ideas without the funds. So you know, but yeah, it was supposed to be like a homage to Wedding Crashers.
Okay. Okay. I
We
get it
wanted-
now. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, I loved it. It was definitely dope. It was
Yeah.
definitely dope to be on set and just to watch y'all perform, man. It was inspirational. Like just seeing, all the mechanisms work and y'all just get together and y'all focus. Like y'all were, having fun, but y'all were still focused. Like
Yeah.
y'all still had that goal, I just loved it. It was cool.
We don't want to be like everybody else. It's easy to do something just so negative for views. No, we just want to show us having a good time
Right.
and a nice
And,
set, independent.
Ra said something on the show. We did a show with Ra, and he said something I'll never forget it.
Ra.
And it was, huh?
I said shout out to Ra.
Oh, okay. And he said that, he has a son, and 30 years from now, his son will be able to go back and look and say, "Look at what my dad was doing."
Right.
That we necessarily don't have. He said, "I can't go back, and hear my dad's voice." And so, what you guys are doing, you have no idea how far it will travel. How many years from now, people will benefit from
Right.
the work that you're doing.
A digital footprint.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Marcus, I have a question for you. Going back to the story you were sharing about your artist development opportunity that didn't quite work out. You know, with everything that's happening in the music industry today, especially with the Diddy situation and other artists coming out,
Yeah.
do you think that that didn't happen because you were being protected?
That could very well be. Who knows what happened? It could have been a situation to where like God was protecting me. Maybe I wasn't ready for it. I was too young-minded and naive to really accept what to really be able to stand and who knows,
Yes, you've been on my page.
I'm a journalist. I do a little bit of research here and there,
Hey, look, since he let the cat out the bag, what do y'all think about that situation? Like, I seen the apology.
Direct correlation to that situation.
Right.
What we're talking about, like, we're given everyday life situations, but we also speaking to that situation.
Right.
Industry as a whole.
Right.
So is that little situation is just a small thing that's being showed, but it's really bigger.
Right. Exactly. And it's like we needed the fall guy, and that was him. That's what I feel like. Like they needed somebody.
The fall guy, but you know what? I don't know how y'all feel about faith or what your faith is, but I did nothing personal to me, and what he did was very, 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 very disgusting and wrong.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and this is my personal belief. When I leave this earth, I want to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to heaven.
Right.
So I'm just gonna say this: I can't sit here and hold no hate in my heart for that man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and hold no hate from him. Did what he did was wrong. I ain't got to mess with Diddy, but I ain't gonna sit here and hate him for. I'm not gonna hate him. I can't pass no judgment on him. That's just my personal belief. I can't pass. That's what he got to go to God for.
If he touching kids, hate. He
got to.
That's not the only thing. I ain't gonna speak on that.
Here's the thing that I saw, right, is and I talk about this. See, there's three parts. We were created for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We were created with a gift for a purpose to be protected by principles. Mm-hmm. So we see people who discover their gift, they take it to a high level, and their gift destroy them, like Whitney. Right? And so that's what we're seeing. People, that's what I saw with Diddy. Whether he's that talented or not, he reached a level where he didn't have the principles to protect his gift or safeguard his purpose. Right. And so, that is the other side of it. We can be very gifted, but without the principles to protect that gift, to safeguard the purpose, it can cause, a disastrous situation. And, when I saw the video, man, I said, you know what? It makes absolutely no sense. I'm not judging him, but I can judge behavior. People say, hey, you can't judge me, or you're not supposed to judge other people. You're right. I ain't judging you, but I can judge that behavior.
That behavior was horrible.
Right. And I need to look at that behavior, and we need to call it what it is. Like you said, Marcus, it was ugly. It was disgusting. Right. And what makes it so much more disgusting is the resources that he has to where he don't have to do that.
All right.
He can have 100 women knocking at his door every day, right? He don't have to treat another human being like that.
So, Mr. Tim, with that being said, you're basically saying, because you're basically saying instead of judging him, we hold him accountable.
That's right.
There you go.
Well, we hold each other accountable. That's right.
That's true. I receive that. We don't judge him. We hold him accountable.
We hold each other accountable. And, that's even in Scripture. That's found in Scripture that we can do that. I'm not I don't practice a religion or subscribe to a religion. I live by principles. I'm a kingdom citizen, and some people want to throw the whole Bible out, and I found a lot of valuable information in that Bible, right? And it's helped save my life. I live by principles that are written in that Bible. If they were written in another book some years ago in another, okay, that's fine. I'm not disputing that, right? But some of the stuff in the book, it don't apply to me. It may work for some people. I just said it like that. It doesn't apply to me. I can remember Oprah doing a show with Whitney Houston, right? She had went to rehab and she came back out and she was saying, God, God got me, and I'm praying. And I was like, because I've been there. Yeah, God created me with free will, right? And God is not going to override my will. If I don't practice some principles to protect myself, right, based on how life was designed to operate on this planet, I can destroy myself. And God is not going to do nothing about it.
You can watch you self-destruct.
Right. There's no magic tricks here. This deal called life is not based on magic tricks. And we got to stop promoting that. You got to be responsible for your behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to hold each other accountable.
But you also got to see to the bigger scope.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If he had principles, he wouldn't be as successful as he is in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Good point.
Oh, that's hard right there.
Right.
It's not just Diddy itself. To my understanding, based on the research I've done, there's other artists in collaboration or have partnered with Diddy with this whole situation. So we're just obviously mentioning him right now because he's in the limelight. But just to keep in mind, the music that you as a viewer are listening to, in a way, we're condoning that behavior. Unintentionally. Let me clarify, because at the end of the day, this is what we see. We don't see what happens behind the doors. I get that, but now we are seeing what happens behind the doors. Now we have a choice to say, do we continue to support Diddy, knowing, or whoever he's correlated with, knowing this is the person that he or she is.
Yeah.
Like Texas.
Yeah. Tony, you said something powerful, and I agree with you 100%. There are principles of success, principles in business. The principles that I see he violated was principles of morality and integrity, and we have to, all of those, we have to coordinate those and get them in an alignment, like you said, Yessie, look, whether you run over somebody intentionally or unintentionally, they still run over.
That part. Right.
That really wasn't the only thing that he did. Like he's
been involved in some,
like when he passed away, they didn't get half of the royalties that they were supposed to get for Biggie's.
Yeah, he's getting some harvest for some seeds he's sown. Trust me.
Of course.
Still just the beginning. There's a lot more stuff coming out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
And and so when we meet people like you guys, like the LaVilla Project, who is bringing a positive message, who is making sure that they don't promote, you guys don't promote negativity, right? That our younger generation, I'm big on our future generation, man, because what else do I have to give them? What else does I'll be 60 years old. Life don't really owe me nothing. If I can't take my experience and knowledge and wisdom and share it with the next generation, what good is it?
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't want to. A lot of them don't want to hear what you have to say.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
Those celebrities that we're talking about, because they glorify drugs and sex and they don't want to hear anything else. That's
why we don't change the cadence. We don't change the cadence of our music. Like we still rap just as good as anybody else, but our message is different because you got to add a little sugar in the medicine.
Right. Yeah. And Manny, to your point, right? You're right. And one of the things I had to learn with my message and what I do is talk, man, talk. Everybody is not going to receive my message. So what I have to focus on, they say, and I ask you guys this question. They say, you've heard this, you can take a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink, right? So what do you do?
I mean, it's
He's
difficult.
not leaving there to get thirsty until he or she ready to.
At the same time, your
Here's
conscience
what you-
wants you to give them, wants you to help them. Your conscience comes into play, even though you know they're not going to drink from that water. You feel for them. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to help them in some type of way.
You go find some thirsty horses. Go find some thirsty horses.
Yeah.
Right? And when they're ready to drink, they'll come.
Right.
I can't focus on people who don't agree with my message. That's
Right.
fine. And I want to find out who does and who doesn't as quickly as I can. So I can focus on that audience that is receiving my message. Everybody's not going to be open to the LaVilla Project message, but there are a lot of people who will. And those are the people that you want to be connected to. Those are the people you want to market to.
Right.
That group.
Yep.
Now, we'll say this, Tim. With that, it's they may not be into it now, but they will be.
Right.
It's like a trend, right?
Yeah.
Like today you say I don't like some, and then you try. You're like, you know what? Let me change my mind. I like that. You know, when I was younger, I didn't like red onions. Now as an adult, woo, I love red onions. Women always tell me, but guess what? They're good for your health, right?
Right.
And so with the LaVilla Project, I love the fact that you all mentioned you all stay positive. You all bring that positivity.
Right.
Marcus, earlier you mentioned the artist development. Do you all, as a collaborative LaVilla Project, do you all ever offer that to interested youth? Like they want to be an artist and they want to be developed? Is that something that you all offer currently or no?
That's something that I definitely would definitely love to, dabble into. Like I said, I was managing an artist. I tried it with someone.
You just did it.
Yeah.
Remember the song you did and you let the girl get on?
With
For the first time? I think it was a vibe. And LJ brought the girl on.
Yeah. I got a song called War on Myself, and it was a young girl who just wanted to come around and know about music and know how to record and stuff. So I just put her on a learn on the assignment on one of my songs. She actually had a nice voice. I threw her in there. I kind of coached her through how to get through the song and what notes to hit, and she was able to execute. So that was kind of fulfilling, rewarding at the same time.
And
how about you, Tony?
Huh?
I was going to ask, how about you, Tony? How do you feel about artist development? Is that something that if somebody wanted to come and approach you, you would be willing to do that?
If their talent shines as bright as their face and they're serious, I'm open to helping anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it can't be something that's gonna just waste my time.
Right. You can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
So
what you said.
Go
Go ahead.
Tim.
Yes.
No, I'll wait.
You said something, Marcus, how you were sharing something, and that's a principle. You mentioned something called faith, right? Earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does that book tell us faith comes?
As a mustard seed.
As a mustard seed, but it says faith comes by what?
Hearing works.
Hearing, right? And so that's powerful when we coach other people. When I'm talking to you, guess who's hearing it?
People.
Everybody here and me. So when we share our gift with other people, we get to hear it and build our faith too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
In the program of recovery, they say we can only keep what we have by giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
I can only keep what I have by giving it away.
Exactly.
Right. Wow. That's deep. What I was going to ask you both is your definition, because Tony, you mentioned not wasting your time, and I respect that. Time is very valuable. And I'm asking you this question, and Marcus, if a person were to approach you with this and I want to work with you as the artist development, ideally, what would it take for them to make sure that they're meeting your standards of not wasting your time?
Do the things that I shouldn't have to tell you certain things.
Mm.
Be your own, be accountable for yourself. If you got a certain time you have to do something, you have to be at a certain time, be there and do it. I don't want to have to play mom and daddy.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
If I have
Behavior.
to do that, you need another season to grow up a little more. That's what I mean by wasting my time. Just don't. I don't want to have to do all that. Let me focus on the things that I can help you more in. Right. If I'm wasting my time having to worry about this, that, and the third, it's not.
You showing up on time.
Right. Yeah, it's not doing neither one of us best benefit.
Right. I like that because behavior never lies. Behavior would tell us the real deal.
Right. With me, what would turn me off is if you came in kind of like with a hot head, thinking you know it all, and not really wanting to take advice and learn. You know, because I might be giving you some good seed. You know what I'm saying? I might be planting a good seed, but you know, if you're not willing to, you know, take heed to what I'm saying and at least try a different direction. You know, I'm not trying to switch up what you got going on, but you know, if I'm hearing something that don't sound right, and you know, I don't know, just you know, just that like people just not really
not open to being coached.
Yeah, there you go. Criticism. That's it. Not open to being coached and not able to take criticism.
Right. Yeah. You know? It's hard to work with that. It's impossible. I agree, 100%.
Manny, what were you going to say?
No, I was saying constructive criticism.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some people can't. Unfortunately, some people can't handle that.
Right.
Yeah.
But in this industry, I mean, it's you have to handle that. You're in the public. Not only are you trying to perfect yourself, you're trying to provide a quality product to a prospective client or audience or customer. Feedback is necessary.
I think a lot of young artists are trying to be the finished product before they even start the journey.
Right.
Because
they
worry about the look and the attitude of these artists more than they care about developing and pushing their actual talent and structuring their business and walking down actual goals. They want to look like the star. They don't want to do the work that it takes to be a star.
Michael Jackson overnight.
Exactly.
Not gonna happen.
The glitter in the jacket, and you
just started yesterday.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
No, you know, I'm glad you shared that, and I purposely asked that question because for the viewers that are interested in getting into the music industry, right? These are things that you need to know in order to be successful, not just for Marcus and Tony, but for anybody that you work with. Anybody that you decide to work with, these are things that you have to be mindful of. And again, it could be applied to any industry, not just in the music industry. But just being focused, dedicated, being able to invest. I always tell people, invest. Just like we pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to these universities to get degrees, you have to invest in yourself to get that coaching, to get, like with me, taking acting classes. And I'm able to also offer acting classes because I have taken acting classes.
Absolutely.
You know, things like that. And so I'm glad you answered those questions for me and also for the audience, because I definitely wanted them to capture that. Be open to be coached.
Yes.
There's always room to learn, to grow each and every day that you wake up. Learn something new. That's a challenge I have for you as a viewer. Learn something new each and every day you wake up. Don't go to sleep or wake up with that mindset that you know everything, because guess what? We don't know everything. We don't.
Nope. Yeah, a lot of people, they like Tony said, they see the artist on TV or on social media, and they don't really see what goes on behind the scenes. Like, I was one of them. Like, I would see people on TV and be like, yo, that looks pretty easy. And now that I'm in this journey, I'm like, yo, this is very difficult. Like, you have to stay consistent. You have to go to practices. You have to go to rehearsals. You have to go to bookings and make sure you're actually there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not just you get in front of the TV, you do your thing, and then, you know, you sit back and drink, you know, pina colada somewhere. You have to actually work, you know? And they don't understand it. They just want the instant fame. It doesn't happen that way.
Instant gratification.
Exactly.
That's the society we live in today. I mean, everything is overnight. But, you know, the thing is, when you guys grow the way you're growing, they call it organic growth, right? It lasts. It's just it's sustainable, right? Yeah. Like, and so
you know,
appreciate that, because that's definitely what we're trying to do: grow organic, fan base or organic crowd. I'm not trying to do this through bot numbers or anything like that. Everything is rooted. You know,
I saw it.
everything's rooted.
It's
We
authentic.
fans along with us. As far as we go, they're going with us. You know.
That's awesome. And that's why today's segment was the ships to sales segment was about partnership, because you have to partner and collaborate with the right people that are going to fit your energy, right? Because not everybody's energy is going to match your energy. And just like we learned with LaVilla Project, they came together via a podcast, and now look at them. They're doing wonderful things, producing amazing music. And so just being mindful that you have to have the right people in your circle. Just because you know them for 20, 30, 40 years don't mean that they're the right people for you.
Hello.
They'll be the ones that hold you back.
Yes, ma'am. They be the one to hold you back for real.
Exactly.
Right. And I've come across a lot of people that think that, oh, I know Susie, I know Peter, okay, great. But how are they motivating you? How are they uplifting you? And also being able to constructively speak to that person without, making them feel some type of way, right? Because you have to have respect for the person. Talk to the person the way you would want somebody to talk to you. Yep. Don't just say, "Oh, girl, that dress makes you look fat." No, that's rude. Say, I noticed you gained, a couple pounds. Try this dress instead of that dress.
Right.
Being tactful with the way you approach or speak to somebody, having the right people again in your energy. That's not going to mess you up. And so with the LaVilla Project, what do y'all have going on? We want the viewers to be able to find you. How can they find you? Where can they find your music, listen to you, reach out to you if they want to collaborate?
Okay. Well, you can find me on Instagram at Marcus Matrix 904. You can also find me on Facebook. If you just type in Marcus Matrix, you'll find me on Facebook. You can find me on Spotify, YouTube. Just type in Marcus Matrix and, I'll pop up. Right now, I have shirts that I'm selling. They're going for like $25 a piece. So we just working. You guys can find me on all social media outlets. Marcus Matrix.
And again, Tony Red 904. That red is with 2 D's. My main page, Facebook and Instagram, it's been down lately. And I haven't rushed to switch it. I have switched to another phone, but I'm working through the group page, which is LaVilla Project Jax on Instagram and Facebook. So you can catch me there. Tony Red 904.
Okay, great. Manny, tell the people where can they find you, what you have going on, and like usual, last minute words.
Well, let's ask LaVilla Project first. What do they have any last minute words? Like something inspiring that you want to say to the audience, the people that are listening, the people that actually want to do some music or thinking about doing music or just want to be in this journey in general, like something inspiring.
I say as far as the LaVilla Project, y'all just stay tuned.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned because, I put expectations on some of the things we've done before, and when they don't happen right away, you feel disappointed a little bit. You feel a little discouraged. But when making something great, sometimes you can't even put a time limit on it. But just stay tuned. This album that we are putting together is going to be a classic.
I can't wait.
Nice.
Also do this business. The second question that you had. When you coming around other people, respect their
artistry.
Hey, you might look at music one way, you might not care about it. You have to respect somebody else's vision and the way their dream that they're living as well.
Right.
Because it's not your dream, it's somebody else's dream that you're around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's my words is to
Thanks, Dottie.
Just stay focused, continue to live your purpose, walk in your purpose, live your purpose, put God first and everything else to fall in line.
Amen. That's what's up. Okay, so
Manny again.
It's all me again. You can find me on IG and Facebook, Author Manny Morales. The book is available on Amazon, or if you want a autographed copy, just DM me. I also have candles. I got, the movie coming up. I got fashion shows, podcast, of course. That's my number one. I'm a brand ambassador for Kings Republic. Shout out to Kings Republic. And yeah, my last inspiring word, as I usually say, don't let the fear of failure overcome the righteousness of your success. Don't be afraid to take that first step. I was. And once I did, I haven't looked back, and it's been an amazing ride. So don't fear that first step, because the rest of it is going to be a wild ride. So just take that first step. You won't regret it.
That's awesome. Thank you. Tim, Talk Man Talk. Tell us, how can they find you? Last minute words, etc.
Well, the first thing I want to do is thank the LaVilla Project for coming on the show again, man. I mean, when you guys come on, I feel the energy. I appreciate your work, really. And I'm wishing you the very best of continued success in everything you put your hands to. Okay.
I will definitely keep y'all posted, because they number one right now on
yeah. So I can be reached at talkmantalk.com. You can Google me, Talkman Talk, no spaces. You go to my website. I promote these 12 principles to inner peace. I have visuals, visual aids. We have journals. Really working on my course and my second book to really help people really discover their purpose. And that's my closing remark tonight, yes, is that, until we discover our purpose, which is going to lead us to our greatest degree of success, we'll always be somebody else.
Right. That's a good point. That's a really good point that you're making, Tim. And know that I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you, LaVilla Project, for joining us. Manny, Tim, it's always a joy to have you on, especially in this journey with Oyandia TV. I love that we each bring, in our partnership with Oyandia, we each bring different dynamics, different thoughts, different questions, right? Different vibes. And it makes us us, right? And especially with our guests. And I love it. And I thank God each and every day for bringing the right people to me. And also shout out to my honey Rod One for always pushing me and motivating me to do that, because he really was a big part of that too. So here in Oyandia, we always aim to positively motivate, enlighten, educate, and entertain you all as the viewer. You are our viewer, but our goal is to make sure that each episode you watch, you learn something new. Find your purpose. Right. Every episode is different. Every episode we drop different gems, different nuggets, food for thought, because that is the point. My goal when we started Oyandia was not for this to be a pointless podcast. It was a podcast to help you think, wow, that was deep. Or, you know what, let me do this, or let me do that. Don't ever doubt yourself. Cheerlead for yourself first. Everybody else will follow. Have the right people in your circle.
Right.
That's my food for thought for you all. Shout out to our sponsors. We have Collective Wear, Author Manning Morales, Talk Man Talk Radio. We have Divine Eyes. I'm rocking the gray eye. I don't know if y'all can see that. Divine Eyes contact. Shout out to all of our sponsors. If you all want to sponsor Oyandia, reach out to us via email. If you want to be a guest on Oyandia, reach out to us via email or shoot us via text. The number, let me put it on the screen now so you all can see that, so how you can reach out to us. Also, last minute words, the sky is never the limit, because the galaxies are endless. Thanks for watching Oyandia TV. God bless y'all.
All right. Peace.